But this aircraft could probably fly if the aircraft is almost empty with 145 tons of fuel. Could probably fly for quite some time actually. Could probably fly for 17, 18, maybe even 19 hours. I'm not really sure. Depends how far your alternate is and how much of reserve fuel you need. And from a flight planning point of view as well, how much of contingency you add. Yeah, if the aircraft is empty, so you can climb high straight away, and being empty, you don't really burn that much fuel due to the aircraft weight. Then you could probably go a long way, you know. Yeah, it's all part of the job, obviously, to kind of mind the shop like for all that time, yeah. And as I explained before as well, on those long flights, there's 4 of us and we take a break as well, so you would actually be at the control only for about half of the time. So it's not too bad. Yeah, a lot of nervous flyers are kind of scared because they are. I think where the fear comes from is the lack of control over the situation. You know, they find themselves obviously in the aircraft and they've got no control over what's going on. You know, if you're driving a car yourself or anything, you know, you are in control of the situation. But being in an aircraft and as a passenger, you've got no control over it. So if you don't kind of trust, you know, that everything is supposed to go, you know, smoothly and everything is under control, you know, I can understand why it would make you panic a little bit. Oh, and we've got ATC. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We've got ATC. There must be ATC in Australia now, maybe. Yeah, we've got Sydney and Melbourne. I mean, there was not going to be anybody when I left earlier on yesterday or today, like Australian time, at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Non-stop with the 380, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a long way, man. Yeah, the 200 LR can have these auxiliary fuel tanks, so yeah, it's just like makes the flight longer, basically. So it's, yeah, super ultra mega long haul, basically. I don't think that actually the auxiliary tank can carry a lot of extra fuel, but yeah, it would add maybe, you know, an hour worth of fuel or something like that, you know. It would like increase the, you know, the endurance. I think on the 200 LR here in the simulator, there's a function to enable the auxiliary tanks, but I'm not sure exactly. You see, we don't really use the 200 LR's auxiliary tanks, so I'm not really sure. But it would be interesting to look into it. Well, I think from what I understand, from what I vaguely remember, it adds maybe an hour worth of endurance. And the switches are They are down here, I think. So the panel is yeah, because I think it fits from the auxiliary tank into the center tanks, something like that. Anyway, I can't remember. Yeah, I think they are down here. So the panel is a little bit bigger, the fuel panel, because there needs to be 2 extra switches at the bottom there. Or are they on the side here? I think they're underneath. Anyway, something like that. Oh, the moon is here. Remember, we left the moon in Melbourne. We've been following the moon. The moon was kind of sitting east, I think, at some point. The moon had just was rising, and now the moon is up here. Wow. We've been following the moon. Oh, top of descent. Happy days. As such, a welcome sight when after a long flight like this you see the TD sign here. Top of descent. It's a very welcome sign. Yeah, landing in 25 minutes, top of descent. Right, so let's get down to it. We'll check our recall. There's nothing there. Check our notes. Nothing there either. We're gonna go into the FMC. Go to departure arrival. Top of descent is getting close. I will go Alice 30 left. Our last waypoint is Boobin. Yeah. So we'll go for Boobin arrival. Boobin 9 Charlie. And we'll see the transition there. See if it works. Execute. It's this one. Then we go to the legs page. Have a look at the charts. So from Boobin. Okay. We go to Gurmy, 230, 11,000 feet torpedo, that's correct. And then we go to the 518, 517, Vuitton, 515 is 210 knots. Okay. 514, 513, Gurgo, Velar, 509, 508, 185 knots, that's correct. 7654. Okay, all dot, set po, modus, the runway. That is all correct. For the missed approach of the runway to the DB 710, and then to Egnot, but it's 210 knots. That's Egnot, not 230. The database there is wrong. Okay, so the FMC is good. Minima, according to the chart, is 300. We'll wind that down. 300. And the QNH, what was the QNH? 741003, so we preset down. And here I'll set it already. Done. For the VRF, we're gonna probably get a shortcut. So let's say, but I'll take the fuel on arrival there, 15. That I will add to the 0 fuel rate. So 221 plus 15 is going to be 236, 236.6, and maybe 237 then if we get a shortcut a little bit. Mind you, then with the landing configuration, we burn more fuel. And 237 tons roughly, that's gonna be very 3145. And with that sort of speed, maybe we'll go to brake 3 just to make sure we stop nicely. So yeah, we're pretty much sorted out. Still have Melbourne there on the fixed page. Get rid of that. I'll put runway 30 left. And I'll put 8 miles. That's just for me. That's pretty much it. We're ready for the approach. The 80s frequency is still tuned in. But we are still too far, I think. Anyway, we've got the 80s via the VATSIM monitoring app. Serve-info, I still have serve-info, still works well. I don't know if you guys know about serve-info, but I think now they've got VATSPy and whatever else it's called. That's his frequency. Yeah, according to the pilot, I'm connecting. Okay, yeah, I'm tuned to his frequency, it's good. We're gonna call FS to crew. Brief him. It's gonna be probably vectors at some point. ILS Cat 1, barrow 300, flap 30, runway dry, auto brake level 3. Yeah, APU yes. So we can start the APU. The transponder on the ground keeps it. The gate or stand. Yeah, it's a gate. I mean, for me, it's the same gate or stand. Kind of understand it the same way, weather and terrain, so that it keeps the displays on, I think. Okay, it knows about that. We'll do a PA.
Ladies and gents, from the flight deck, the captain speaking. We're just about to start our descent into our destination, so the seatbelt signs are about to come on. Thank you very much for flying with us today. We much appreciate the service. I'm going to hand you over to our crew, who will assist for the last stage of the flight. Thank you again.
Radio 202, you ready, anything?
Wonderful PA.
Hello.
Some lunch, please.
Okay, I'll be up in a moment.
Time to have some lunch. Before starting the descent.
UAE radar, radio 202, flight level 370, heading 106. Radio 202, UAE radar, good morning, set to walk 1762.
Sham 2505.
Squawk 1762, radio 202.
Here's the cabin crew.
Hello gentlemen, I hope these snacks will tide you over.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Anytime. Sexy time. Good
Radio
stuff.
202, identify.
Sorry, I'm playing around. No, with FS2 crew, I like to use the electronic checklist. The only thing is that you need to keep it sequencing, and FS2 crew doesn't tick the boxes. But yeah, I like to use the electronic checklist. The Airbus got the most common flap setting. It really depends on the weight, but if you have a relatively light aircraft, so less than maybe 300 tons and quite a long runway, then it usually works out as flaps 5, but if you're quite heavy, then it's gonna be flaps 15 really. and flaps 20 will be for short runways with maybe obstacles or terrain in the vicinity where you need to kind of get like the aircraft climbing. So yeah, it depends on a lot of circumstances, but most commonly flaps 5, I would say. Descent checklist.
Stand by. Descent checklist. Recall checked. Notes
Checked.
auto brake level 3. Landing data.
VREF is 145, minimums 300 feet.
VREF 145. Minimums 300 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
No, for me, it doesn't tick the boxes. I don't know how you do it. I'll have to look into that again, because I think I have it enabled in the config here. I think. Hold on. You see, I've got checklist electronic. And then I don't know if there's any other configurations when you can force ECL panel closed. Yes. I'm not sure, maybe that would be that one, but it doesn't say tick the boxes. There's nothing else really to do with the ECL. No, for me it doesn't take it off. Yeah, no, I don't have anything there. I don't. So yeah guys, thank you very much for following the stream. I hope you enjoyed the flight. It's been 12 hours and 56 minutes so far. The weather at destination, according to Servinfo, is 39 degrees, light breeze from the southwest, and it's a clear day, if not maybe a little bit hazy. I think it was 8 kilometers, or was it Cavoquet? I know it's Cavoquet actually. And yeah, we'll see you on the next stream. Thanks for flying Captain Nav Twitch. Right, Mr. ITC, please don't go away. That would be a shame. Oh, and we've got the approach as well. Beautiful. So we've got the center and we've got the approach. Beautiful. I am honored by the presence of air traffic control. But I have to say, talking about like the flight planning, I'm impressed by the flight planning. The amount of fuel on arrival is actually my fault, because as I said earlier on, I kept 5% of contingency in the flight planning. I didn't realize that the option enabled. On a long flight like this, you wouldn't take 5% of the total trip fuel. You would only get maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. So that was, I think, almost 6 tons of extra fuel. But the actual reserve is... I don't have the flight plan here. I think the reserve was only about 6 tons. So yeah, no, the flight planning has been quite good. I'm really impressed with that. I thought I would be short of fuel maybe, but I'm not. So in the future I can plan a long flight like this with confidence that I'm gonna have the fuel to complete the flight. Yeah, and the FMC reserve is 5.8. Contingency is almost 6 tons, so that's quite a lot of fuel. And I added up an extra 1 ton just in case the flight planning was not good. But I didn't know obviously that I had 5% set in the flight plan there. And yeah, 128 tons to depart.
Arabia 202, pass your message.
So let's say 6 and 6 would be 12. 13. So yeah, saved fuel on the way, man. That's really good. No, the... Hey, Crooner 777, how are you doing?
Arabia 202, you ready?
No, the flight plans are done by dispatch. We don't really do the flight
Arabia
plans.
202,
Everything is provided and...
250 degrees, 6 knots, head okay. Temperature 39.
Yeah, we just take the flight plans. Once we get to the office, everything is printed. We take the flight plans and off we go. So the first restriction is 11,000 on the arrival, so I'll set 11,000. Yep. When I did the flight plan, I was I actually thought about changing the contingency, and at some point in one of the calculations I did, and one of the solutions I worked out with PFPX, it was only 20 minutes, and then for some reason I decided to change the cost index or something, and when you replan the flight, I don't know, PFPX sometimes comes back to the default option, and then kind of worked out a new flight plan, and the contingency at 5% came back, and I didn't realize it, so no big deal. Seatbelt sign on.
Seatbelt signs coming on.
UAE, good afternoon. Emirates 409 in a descent, passing flight level 258.
Emirates 409, a UA radar, good afternoon, set squawk 1752.
Squawk 1752, Emirates 409. One 752.
Emirates 409, you are identified, expecting building 9 Charlie arrival, you can descend flight level 150.
Descent flight level 150, Boobin 9 Charlie arrival, Emirates 409. So 150 is set, and Boobin 9 Charlie we have. Drag required cancelled. Yeah, having ATC here on the simulator is really good. It adds another dimension. ATC doesn't have to be, you know, fantastic, as long as what it does makes sense, and you know, the guidance is more or less correct. It doesn't have to you know, be like a real world controller, but it does add another dimension, and I really appreciate, you know, having ATC like that online. Okay, cool. Crooner 777, that's really good. In KLM, beautiful. Yeah, so Guinea 13, yeah, I've not seen you in a few weeks. Yeah. Ah well, we are flying into Dubai. You're gonna see the virtual Dubai here. I'm thinking actually of getting the Amsterdam scenery,
Emirates
maybe.
409, descent altitude 13,000 feet, QNH 1003.
Descent altitude 13,000 feet, QNH 1003, Emirates 409.
Emirates 409, that's correct. Contact Dubai approach 124.9, bye-bye.
Dubai approach 124.9, Emirates 409, bye-bye.
I'll tell you what, you go here, YouTube.
Dubai, good afternoon, Emirates 409, descending 13,000 feet at, on the Bobin 9 Charlie.
Response 09 as well, I was hello, very good afternoon to you. Continue your descent altitude 11,000 feet. You can expect the island approach for runway 3 left, goodbye.
Descent altitude 11,000 feet on QNH 1003, expect ILS 30 left, Emirates 409. $11,000 set. Transition level, altimeters reset 1003.
Arabia 232,
1,
continue your
0,
descent altitude
3,
6,000
set.
Arabia 6,000 feet, Arabia 232.
Have you had your midlife crisis yet? Yeah. Like always, guys, I'm gonna obviously try to follow the chat but concentrate a little bit on the flying as well. Right, so it's trying to come back on the speed now, 230 knots. Let's see how it's gonna work out. We need to be at 230 knots at Gurmy and 11,000 feet or below.
Miss 409, in descent 7,000 feet.
Descent altitude 10,000 feet, 10,000, Emirates 409.
Miss 409, just confirmed that was 7,000 feet.
Okay, descent altitude 7,000 feet, Emirates 409. 7,000. Yeah, it's a lot of waypoints on the arrival, indeed. Yeah, it's all confusing. It's one of those RNAV, like trombone arrivals, like they've got loads of them in Germany and other places as well. Actually never actually fly the whole thing, you usually get a shortcut. I'll use a little bit of speed brake to help it slow down. Yeah, as you get towards the end of your career, it does get a little bit boring. Yeah, I can understand that, and I know like all the senior guys are like, you know, now it's only like the job itself is only like a means to an end, you know. It's just to pay the bills, basically. That's but yeah, you've got to try to keep the, you know, the passion going a little bit, otherwise if it's just to pay the bills, then it's a shame a little bit.
Arabia 232, continue descent 2,000 feet and proceed direct to
there's no NDB approach here, so you can't do it. So 11,000 feet, 230 knots. It's done a good job. No. It's adding up speed, but it needs to keep descending. That's the thing, the VNAV there stays at 11,000 feet, but you need to continue the descent, you can't stay at 11,000 feet. Good stuff.
Radio 202 via last code 130, you clear for the island approach.
One last code, clear for the island approach, 130, radio 202.
Oh, that's good. He managed to take you on the whole flight, and you managed to sit in on the jump seat. That's really good. I think yeah, an airline like KLM will be more open to these things. Other airlines are a little bit reluctant to have you know, people in the flight deck. Was that before or after 9/11? Like I know, like personally, I mean, I can't even like take my kids in the flight deck with me. I mean, they are my kids, and what are my kids like, you know, gonna do in the flight deck?
10,000 feet.
Approach checklist. Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
1003 set.
1003. Approach checklist complete.
Yeah, what are my kids gonna do in the flight deck? I mean, I'm not gonna let them at the controls, of course. Not do like this Russian guy who let his kid at the controls and then the plane went upside down. But yeah, I mean, they could sit on the jump seat. What are they gonna do? They're not gonna take over the plane and do something stupid. I mean, they are like, you know, they are young, so what are they gonna do, you know? But yeah, this is not allowed really, so there you go. Yeah, the green circle there is just for me, is like just to depict where I'm gonna start dropping the gear and the flaps and all that stuff. Or do you mean this one? This one is the green banana, as we kind of commonly call it. The green arc, the altitude range arc, and it basically shows you at which stage you're gonna reach the altitude you set here at the altitude window.
We'll be arriving at our destination
So
shortly.
the system predicts we're gonna reach 7,000 feet more or less here.
Meeting this flight, or the video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will
Right,
now
under
walk through
Delta
the
Bravo
cabin to secure it for
515, we
landing.
need to be at 210
Don't
knots.
collect any off-service
Which one are
items,
you send
newspapers,
to
and any
altitude
other
3,000
items that you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you.
Descend altitude 3,000
Also,
feet,
in
Emirates
preparation for landing,
409.
please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices within all other carry-on
Flaps
items.
1.
Please
Flaps 1.
when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright position and check the security of your seatbelt. We'll be landing shortly. Thank you.
To set the fixes, you need to go to the fix page and then enter the waypoint here in this in the first prompt on the left side, and then to add the circle, you can put, for example, 20 miles
Radio 202,
on the runway, so enter /20 for the
knots,
distance, and it adds a new circle there, as you can see.
Yes, we are number 30, we came left from Bravo 7, radio 202.
Does it make sense? he's making me do the whole arrival. So we got 210 knots now, flight level change. The under decay, no, it's been 13 and a half hours. As somebody pointed out earlier on, the computer needs to cool down a little bit now. I mean, I've been, obviously I've been sleeping and stuff, but now for today I think that'll be it. And I was told as well if I was feeling okay doing long flight like this on stream, if I was not depressed or feeling lonely or what else, if I didn't get enough attention from flight attendants, and yeah, if I was happy with my life basically. So I think for today it's enough. Speed, vertical speed now.
So I choose 3, taxi right onto Zulu and hold short kilo window.
I'm not sure the terminal would shake. I would probably rattle maybe a few things. Shaking is maybe an embellishment. It's only sound. There's traffic down here. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
It's maybe waiting for me to descend to give me the turn. I'll change to heading. We can take a base turn anytime actually. I hope he's not gonna make me do the whole arrival. Yeah, I'll try to do a continuous descent
1,000
approach.
feet to level off.
Bridge 409 on a turn right 213.
Right heading 210 Emirates 409. Then we'll go on departure arrival and we'll go set po. Pull it on top and then take the intercept course.
Bridge 409 is T right turn heading 2703. Can you fit to the island motorway $3?
Right heading 270 degrees, clear on ILS 30 left, that's 409. So 270, we've got India Delta Bravo Whiskey is identified, we've got correct sensing, we can arm the approach. Localizer glide slope armed. Takeoff is good too, yeah. Yeah, here's the airport here. Nice. I'll have a great landing. Yeah, I'll try my best. We'll see how it works out. If he had given me 2,000 feet, we could have done
Traffic.
a continuous descent approach. Thank you very much for the subscription, Oak44. Thank you very much. Localizer capture. Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Emirates 409 established 30 left.
Bridge 409, thank you. You can continue approach from a freezer left, becoming number 1, and expect to take 08.
Okay, continue approach 30 left, expect kilo 8, Emirates 409. Can't really hear him very well, I have to say.
203 at holding point runway 30 right.
So 203, wind 80, 2 knots runway 30 right, so take off.
Gear down. Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete.
Checklist complete. Good stuff. Emirates 409, 3 miles.
1,000.
Bridge 409, the wind 20, 1 knots from freezer left, you can land.
Clear to land 30 left, Emirates 409. Clear to land. Happy days. 13 hours and 33 minutes. Wow. Somebody taking off on the other runway. Alright, we'll disconnect here. So I've not enabled the shortcut.
By 203, airborne via Delta Alpha, my I1.
Check.
Coaster, flying to flight level 060.
Oh yeah, there's a problem with the puppy lights here.
Continue climb to
I think you're supposed to
150
delete some of the puppy lights. There's 2 sets of puppy lights for that matters. Landing.
150.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Rotate.
To approach, good day, this is Lufthansa 326, we are ready to push.
Lufthansa 326, push side 3 facing.
Push facing east, speedbird 326.
What happened there? You retracted the flaps. What happened? I'm gobsmacked. What happened? He called rotate and then he went for flaps 20. I mean, I've muted him. Yeah, he's muted. What has he done? I've never seen that before. Is this Kilo 8? Yep. Yeah, but the thing is that I didn't hit Toga because we're still in lock mode, so I never like hit Toga. Advocating Kilo 8 Emirates 409.
Emirates 409, thank you. Welcome to Dubai. Flight on Kilo and Foxtrot 25.
Via Kilo to stand Fox 25, Emirates 409. Fox 25. Let me have a quick look at the EFB. Fox 25 is here. Right, so let me call GSX first.
Good morning, Emirates 109, I'm Charlie 18, Airbus A320, 30 start.
Emirates 109, Dubai Pilots, hello, good afternoon. Push start is approved.
She's approved, 109, I think.
Fox 25 here is here. Let me try to sort this boy out. Okay to clean up?
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely. This will be your indication that it is safe to move around the cabin, gather your belongings and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and we hope to see you once again on a future flight.
Here
Thank
we
you.
are, Fox 25. The stuff is ready. Lights and doors.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
It's clear on the left and on the other side. Thanks for the car crossing in front of the aircraft.
UE on 119.3, right?
Oh, this guy is gonna cross in front of us as well. Check him out, check him out. He's not gonna stop. Thanks, matey. Yeah, don't bother stopping and giving way to the aircraft coming on stand. Thanks.
Ready to taxi, you speak at Lufthansa 326.
Lufthansa 326, taxi via Zulu, Zulu 10, hold short, 30.
Hold short on 30 left, speak at 326.
Oh, the brakes are very... On the joystick I pressed just a little bit on the brakes and actually stopped. Completely. Come on, get moving. That's it. Thank you for the hosting. Oh, that brake button on the joystick is very sensitive. You press once and you're doing 5 knots and it stops completely. Allez, another little push to get there. Right, that will do. Let's see if it does the Macarena. Parking brake set, APU is running. 13 hours and 50 minutes. You parked a bit too short. You told me to stop, mate. Less than 10%. Seatbelt sign off. We'll disarm the doors.
Seatbelt signs off.
We'll open this one. He's still doing his flow.
I'm ready for the checklist.
Shutdown checklist.
Lufthansa 326, winds 280, 1 knots for 308, for takeoff.
Shutdown checklist.
Set.
Shutdown checklist complete.
That's it, guys. Welcome to Dubai.